And here comes the day you all have been waiting for. That excitement, that light, and a little tinge of nervousness. Constant trigger to stand out and impress. It's a new life, a life full of opportunities. College life, a journey of lifetime. Amidst all many new friends and professional relations, dear students, be assured these would be larger than many nations. With all these emotions, nervousness, excitement, and pride, let's all join our hands together and enter into a new, bigger, better, and grander phase of life. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a great pleasure to welcome you all to Asian Education Group Orientation Program of PGDM Batch 2021. Before we move further, I would firstly like to congratulate each one of you on having secured your position at Asian Business School, as ABS believes in putting its students at the center of everything it does. Your experience here and success is important to each and every member of management and staff who works here. Asian Business School is an innovative center of academic excellence with a motto of growth with education. It gives me an honor to say that it has been more than 28 years for Asian Education Group to continuously provide an internationally recognized qualification. You will meet the finest academic minds here who believe in imparting holistic knowledge through deductive learning methodology. Students with a very open heart, we welcome you all. For this auspicious occasion, we have with us Professor Dr. Sandeep Marwa, President, Asian Education Group. We are fortunate enough to have his virtual presence with us for this orientation program. Welcome, sir. We have amongst us our three directors who are live on campus today. Dr. Lalitya V. Srivastava, Director, Asian Education Group. Mr. Saurabh Sharma, Director, Asian Education Group. Mr. Gurdeep Singh Rana, Director, Asian Education Group. We also have with us Dr. Abdul Moed and Mr. Ravi Sharma for this orientation program on campus. With great joy and utmost pleasure, I would like to welcome our guest of honor, Ms. Ritu Gupta, Country Director, Marketing, Dell Technologies.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. Welcome to ABS. We are honored to have the presence of our chief guest, Mr. Vipul Sabharwal, Managing Director, Luminous Power Technologies Private Limited.
Thank you very much. It's really a pleasure to be here today in this August gathering.
Thank you so much, sir. As light symbolizes brightness and prosperity, it removes the forces of darkness and gives us positivity. In spiritual word, light means life. With this noble thought, let us start this occasion by lighting of the lamp. I would request all the directors with Dr. Sandeep Marwa and our esteemed guests who are giving their blessings virtually to join us for lighting of the lamp. Thank you, sirs and ma'am. We believe that blessings and knowledge go hand in hand. With the blessings of Lord Ganesha and all our heads here, let us mark a powerful start and commencement of this journey of learning. Now, I would like to request Dr. Lalitya V. Srivastava, Director, Asian Education Group, to please give the welcome address.
Good morning, everybody. And I take this proud privilege of welcoming you all to this auspicious occasion of the inaugural ceremony of the orientation program and the beginning of our flagship program, PGDM Batch 2021. On behalf of the entire Asian Education Group fraternity, I would like to welcome Dr. Sandeep Marwa, the President, Asian Education Group, Mr. Vipul Sabharwal, MD of Luminous Power Technology, and Ms. Ritu Gupta, Country Director Marketing for Dell Technologies, and who have spared their valuable time to grace the occasion and bless the students who are joining us new today. I also welcome my colleagues on the dais today, Mr. Saurabh Sharma, the Director of Asian Education Group, Mr. Gurdeep Singh Raina, Director of Asian Education Group, my faculty member and the staff present today for this virtual program physically in the campus, and my students who are joining today, Asian Education Group and the Asian Business School, and their parents. We welcome them all to this orientation program of PGDM program today. And I am very sure with that thought process, if I talk about, I'm very sure when you are sitting here or joining this program virtually, all of you as a student must be having different mindsets, the questions, the vision that how would our 2 years be, and then what would be the life ahead after 2 years. I know when you are joining in a professional course, there has to be a lot of confusion, lot of question marks, lot of dreams, and some dreams with you must be very clear. Some of you must be a bit hazy in your dreams that what do I need to do when I start my professional journey. Maybe some of you are clear with your specializations. Maybe some of you are clear with your industries, that where do I need to go after 2 years of my journey with ABS, Asian Business School, and this PGDM program. But the clarity, the totality, if you see, there must be a lot of confusion, a lot of question marks there in your mind. So today, as you are beginning in your professional journey with Asian Business School by opting and getting admission in PGDM program, let me probably try to clear your doubts and give you a way out. I'm very sure that when we talk about the professional journey, it is ideally starting from today for all of you who are joining as a student in PGDM program, because these 2 years are very important in your life, which are actually going to make a difference in the entire life of yours. And you are there, would any given stage of your life, you would be called as, Asianites. And the association of yours with Asian Business School be there throughout your life. So this journey is starting now. Probably it would give you the fruits throughout the journey of 2 years, and then probably after 2 years, when you actually opt for your professional journey in the corporate world. So when today I'm standing, I'll try to clear it out, probably from the mindset that we have at Asian Business School. All of us today who are sitting here as the student and attending this program, have a very clear-cut thought process that we want to be financially independent individual, right? I hope if you think these three words together, financially independent individual, you'll have the clarity. Yes, that is what we are looking for. That is what we have opted this PGDM program. And probably in these 2 years time, our development would happen like that, and then we'll be able to fetch a good job for ourselves, maybe some entrepreneurs, that we start our own journey, and then different fields, different mindsets, and different corporates that we join in after 2 years time. I hope it gives you a bit of alignment with the thought process of your dreams that you have in your mind as of now. And when I talk about these three terms, financially independent individual, I'm sure the very first thing that comes to your mind is the finance, right? That is, as the human being, we look at that, yes, what would be the finance? What would be the glory? What would be the pay packages? What would be the salary after 2 years of time? and then we prioritize the other two words, later, or at the second stage. But believe me, if you talk about the priorities, it has to be reversed, right? In these 2 years journey, the first priority should be you as an individual, because it is the individuality only that is going to pay you the throughout your life, and that makes you a different individual. So in these 2 years journey with us at Asian Business School, we as the institution have got the staff members who have very qualified and have actually craved the journey of the people in last so many of the years, and everybody has been a successful individual in the corporate. So for these 2 years, I would first like to guide you, help you, suggest you that priority should be given to you as an individual, right? So in these 2 years time, explore yourself, know who you are, try to understand what are your abilities, try to understand what are your limits, try to understand your abilities, then try to convert it into the capabilities, and then to the expertise. Probably that would give you a different individual, which would differentiate you from the others, right? So whatever number of students that you are joining in today, Asian Business School, each one of you is individual. Each one of you is blessed with different mindset and the human brain and the abilities and capabilities. You only need to explore and see that, yes, I am this and I need to work on this, and for which you may be open enough to ask help and with the faculty members, and I'm sure that they'll be able to help you out any which ways to make you a different individual, right? The second priority that comes in the chain is that you being independent. When I talk about being independent, I talk about you as a different individual who has got his own mindset, thought process, being sensitive to the surroundings, handling the situations, taking the decisions, owning my own deeds, whether it is good or bad. Right. So far, whatever that we do, we try to blame it on the others. Right. The target not met. Probably the products were not there available in the market. Right. But then I need to own. I need to introspect that who I am, and then try to develop myself as an independent individual, which is taking my own decision, taking the sensible decision, and then thinking about my growth and prosperity. And then I'm not dependent on anybody else, be it my parents, my faculty mentors, my industry mentors. Then I'm capable enough myself and independent in taking all the decisions for my own personal growth and my life ahead. So these two things put together, if you are able to develop in these 2 years time, I'm very sure the finance would automatically run after you, right? The moment you become a different individual, right, an individual, independent individual, probably the world would have automatic focus on you, that yes, this guy is doing different and he is a different individual that I normally see in the corporate world. So the finances would automatically come, and your growth in the corporate would be determined by your own deeds and the differentiality that you have developed for yourself, right? So not taking much of the time, I would suggest that you focus on these three things, because we out of our journey that we have planned for yourself, we also try to develop the individuals who are different from the other pass outs of the graduates from the different institutions, and that is how we make ourselves different and our students different. So looking forward to your corporations, and looking forward to your journey with us, where you can explore yourself and come up with the different individual and get and able to fetch the best possible corporate life for yourself. With that, I welcome you again to Asian Business School and wish you very happy and successful journey with us. And then, of course, looking forward to your successful endeavors in the corporate world. Thank you so very much.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, sir, for such a warm welcome. I believe our students would definitely keep their priorities on these three keywords that you shared with them. I would now like to request Mr. Saurabh Sharma, Director, Asian Education Group, to give the inaugural address.
Good morning, everyone. I would welcome you all to the orientation ceremony of the PGDM 2021-23 batch at Asian Business School. I would firstly like to thank our chief guest, Mr. Vipul Sabharwal, who is the Managing Director of Luminous Technologies, and Ms. Rutu Gupta, who is our guest of honor, for gracing us with their presence here today. I would also like to thank Dr. Sandeep Marwa, who is our president of the Asian Education Group, for always being the guiding force behind all our endeavors at Asian Business School. Students, I feel that today is a big day for all of you. I think it marks the commencement of a new journey for you all. The so-called post-graduation years. If schooling was the commencement, this would mark the finale of your formal educational journey. Though I personally believe that education never ends, but yeah, it's the finale. Because after this, you will move into the corporate world. I think that there are two experiences or two kind of modes of learning you will experience over the next few years. The next 2 years, it will be the college learning, and after 2 years, it will be the corporate learning. So what I feel is that these 2 years won't come back again. Out of my interaction with all these students, some of our alumni as well, the one common point which I found in some of them was that when they made the switch to the corporate world, they realized that they could have utilized these 2 years at their college in a much better way. Because after you start working or running your own business, it's very tough to come back into the college life or do this course all over again. So this course is like an opportunity for all of you, which you can take utmost benefit from. So I would just say that don't be one of those students who later on repent that I could have been more effective, active in trying to let more skill set be a part of my personality. So I think just let this 2 year phase sink into you and make the maximum use out of it. The other thing which I want to tell you today is through the recently held Tokyo Olympic Games. I think all of you youngsters must be very keen to watch the sports. I think I myself had a wonderful time witnessing such events. I think the biggest Indian contingent of 127 sports person ever sent, and we had the best result till date, which was 7 of our sports people won the medals, the best result for India till date. But I feel that there's a lot to learn from these recently held Tokyo Olympic Games as well. Majorly three, I would say. One is that just like that 127 contingent of sports person, you are a similar number. They were treated with equality, like the Olympic Committee or the sports ministry never chose these 7 people who will be winning the medals. They never knew, nobody knew that who would be the top 7 players or 10 players or who will be the medalists. Same way at this stage, we don't know that out of you all, who would be the one who would successfully be able to start their own business, who would be entrepreneurs, who will be having their own startups, or who will be having those huge packages of 20, 30 lakhs or maybe more. We don't know. For us, you are at an equal platform, just like they were at an equal platform for the sports ministry. Now, it's your shared determination, it's your shared effort over the next 2 years, which they also did. And that's why somebody as young as 23-year-old Neeraj Chopra won the gold medal for the country. So that's what you can also align yourself with, that the college will be same for you, faculties would be same for you, or everybody, I would say. But then which ones out of you actually shine further and make maximum use out of it totally depends upon how you imbibe those things. The second thing which I want to make you learn from these recently held games is the fact that it's not the genetics, but the rituals or your daily practice. Like people believe that you have to be from the business family background if you want to start up something in that field, or you have to have a lot of money to start up something of your own, because if there's no funding, idea is of no value. These are all myths. Because if it was all about genetics or family, then Neeraj Chopra's father won't be a small farmer in Haryana. So the point which I want to make is that each one of you has equal platform when you're entering Asian Business School. Each one of you can succeed and can aim to achieve his or her goals. So just feel and be assured that you will have that equal platform over here for each one of you, and sky's the limit for you. The third thing which I want to make you, you can say, learn from these games is the fact that there's a word called as invisible fences or impossibility thinking. Again, it's similarly connected to the last point I made, but then there are certain notions which we make in our mind, which in reality are not there. But then eventually these notions create a hindrance in between our success and where we are right now. Example, the fact, if I relate to these games, that I need to be participating in a couple of Olympic games first in order to win a medal. No, some people even won when they participated in the very first Olympic Games. Same way, it's not important to struggle for 10 years before getting that Ivy League job, or it's not important to struggle for few years to start up your business. There are people who I know who just within their college time frame only started with the ideas which they had and are into wonderful businesses today. So these are all invisible fences and impossibility thinking, what I call them. Don't fall prey to that. You all can succeed and achieve your goals to whatever level you want to. So just don't confine yourself. You are anyhow changing. So you're coming to a new city from your hometown. Faculties are new. You were into a college doing BBA, BCA, BCom. The other faculties were different. Here would be different. The hostel would be different. Your classmates would be different. You'll have new friends. So when you are having so many new things happening to you over the next few years, why not new habits and new rituals? If you actually end up going through any of the interviews of these athletes, the one thing which you'll find common in them is that they were actually following a very disciplined setup or routine for the last 4 to 5 years. There were people who have never had a pizza or a burger. That is what the first thing they had once they won this particular medal. So what I want to say is, if you are dedicated, if you are disciplined, and if you have a routine, which is not important that you had to have that routine before, you can just start. Everything is changing. Just develop a new routine. Probably reading could be a routine that I read 10 pages a day. Start with maybe 5 pages a day, and then maybe a diet, maybe a workout or something or the other, and then ensuring that whatever is expected to be done by your faculty members towards you and you towards them is done. I think if you follow that, I don't think any one of you, why should you not? You can achieve anything which you are thinking in your mind. I think lastly, I would just want to say that there's a difference between these two words I'm just about to tell you. One is well-being, and second is being well off. So they look quite similar, but there's a huge difference. Trust me, success on the outside would mean nothing if you are not feeling successful within. So with these words, I once again welcome you all to Asian Business School, and I hope you have a wonderful, enriching, fruitful journey here with us for the next 2 years. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for such an energetic inaugural. I think it has opened doors of thinking and perceiving and experimenting for all of you in different domains altogether. So it's the time that you set the change for yourself from the very first day that we believe at ABS. With this, let me introduce you all to the pillar of this institution who has proven time and again that courage and strong will can take you to heights. He is none other than our very own president, Dr. Sandeep Marwah, President, Asian Education Group. Internationally acclaimed, Dr. Sandeep Marwah is an incredible name in the world of films. With 7 world records to his kitty, he stands distinct as an incredible name in the world of films. 7 world records. He stands distinct as the founder of Noida Film City and the creator of Marwah Studios. He is the designer behind the Academy of Film and Television, which is one of the 10 best film schools in the world. As a producer of the largest number of short films in the world, he has been associated with innumerable feature films, television programs, and amateur training films. Felicitated with over 700 national and international awards for this contribution to the world of cinema, he has turned over 19,000 media students from 145 countries. As Global Cultural Minister, he heads over 100 national and international media and social organizations, besides being the president of the International Chamber of Media and Entertainment Industry. At present, he is the Chancellor of Aft University of Media and Arts and has been appointed the Chief Scout for India. Awards from overseas include the honor bestowed by the House of Commons in the British Parliament in London and Bavaria Parliament in Munich, besides Champion of Wales in the Welsh Parliament. Sir, I would request you to please welcome the gathering.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Good morning, everyone. What a pleasure to be here this morning with all of you. Let me start with two very important lines which are very favorite to me. कि सभी दिशाओं से शुभ सुंदर भाव विचार भरे नित अंतर पुण्य धरा बन जाए स्वर्ग ये मेरे यत्नों से करुणा कर. Respected Vipul Sabharwal ji, respected Riti Gupta ji, Dr. Lalit Srivastava ji, Saurabh Sharma ji, Gurdeep Singh ji, all the deans, member of the faculty, administration and management, and my dearest most students. What I'm trying to tell you in these two lines, let me explain you in English, whether it is north, south, east or west, whether you're in India or abroad, whether you're on the top of the hill or you're standing at a seashore, whether you are in a lush green garden and looking at some colorful flowers, or maybe looking at the most beautiful woman on earth. But the fact is, there are two things which are much more beautiful than what you can see with your naked eyes. And these two things are your thinking and your feelings. And the best part is that both the things are right within you. You don't even need eyes for that. On this very auspicious day, let's pray. Hey Lord, give me good thinking, give me good feelings so that I can do good deeds. And through my good karmas, I would love to convert this earth into heaven. This is what I believe. I'm sure you will also believe in the same. Well, my dear friends, what a pleasure to see you all. Exactly 30 years back, we got into films, television and media business. And after the successful launching of Noida Film City, which you know it very well, we got into the making of a film school, Asian Academy of Film and Television, and now it's been in 1993. Now it's been 28 years we are in education, and I'm very happy that slowly and gradually the Asian Education Group has grown from a boutique institute to a full-fledged university now in Chhattisgarh. Well, all these years we have gained ample experience how to, where, when, what, all the questions which must have been generated in thousands and thousands of people on both the side of the table. We have solved them and learned ourselves how to provide or deliver best of the education possible on this earth. I'm happy that AAFT has been rated as the first 10 best film schools of the world. And we are now case studies in almost 27 countries of the world. Even the new education policy, AAFT has been taken as the case study while deciding on this new policy. I'm very happy that we have also been a case study in one of the most finest business schools of the world in UCLA. When 32 students of UCLA flew down to India a few years back, and their final project was nothing other than the media and entertainment industry of the country, India, and case study of AAFT. Well, there's a lot to talk about the Asian Education Group. We are happy that we started with the films, television, and media and jumped to hospitality, tourism, performing arts, journalism, business, management, law, and we are sparing no stone unturned to see to it that education at Asian Education Group should be the best and absolutely up to the international standard. I'm happy to say that we are an international seat of learning. We have touched almost 145 countries of the world, and the best of the education is being provided at the most economical manner in all these institutions. Well, this is a time when you have to be alert, conscious, you have to be receptive, and it's very important for all of you to take best of the information possible from each and everyone who's been now talking to you from the day one. You're here for education. That's you have to understand for sure. And I have always believed that chalk and talk days are over. That's only a one part of the education. And to give education the correct meaning, probably I would love to take a few minutes to explain you what education is all about. When I say education, it all starts with E, and E stands for enthusiasm and excitement. Nothing can be received or won without the enthusiasm. So you have to keep your enthusiasm on for all these 2 years to learn maximum out of this institution, because this is what we are trying to give you. I mean, you have to have that kind of a feeling that I have to rush to the webinar or rush to the class or rush to the new lecturer, and you have to grasp as much as possible. So your excitement is actually a blood to the institution. If you're going to show excitement, probably we will be able to bring in the best of the things possible on the table for all of you. The next letter stands D. D stands for dedication. And I don't want to see a stamp or a sticker on your forehead saying, sir, I'm a dedicated student of Asian Education Group. It is proved by your punctuality, by your regularity, by your sincerity, and by your discipline. All the D's are very important in life. Remember that. And dedication is important. Unless and until you are a dedicated student like Lal Bahadur Shastri, you cannot dream of becoming a prime minister of the country. Remember that. And the Asian Education Group has always believed in development. D stands for development. Development of the child, development of the teachers, development of the institution, progress every day. My standing orders are that I would love to see a development every day. What extra we have done today, what better we have done today than yesterday. If this is the policy, you can well imagine that you really have to work hard to cope up with us, my dear friends. And D stands for determination. Develop that kind of a zest, enthusiasm, excitement to learn more. That determination it's not available anywhere in the world. Trust me, I'm very well traveled and I have been to best of the malls possible. And I have always first thing asked in all these malls, that do you have a determination for sale? And every time I got a negative answer. And then I realized that determination comes from within. So develop that kind of a power to achieve something in life, which is very important, my dear friends. The A, do. D stands U. U stands for utilization of the given resources. Very important. I have gone through all the epics and Mahabharatas and Ramayans, and I have realized when all these giants were learning in woods with their teachers, there were no air conditioning, there was no marble on the stone, there was no sponge fitted into their chairs. And they have learned only in a given resources. Only those people grow well in life who learn to work or give their best in the given resources. This is what is required. And probably because when I uttered these words to the Niti Aayog on the same, my assessment and my expression nominated me as a global ambassador for the sustainable development goals of Niti Aayog, my dear friends. This is so I'm repeating this, that if Government of India is trusting me for this, then please trust me for this, that try to learn best in the given resources. C stands for communication. It's an age of eyes, my dear friends. Information, communication, and entertainment. Very important for all of you to gather large information and then communicate well. Communication is the key today. बोली एक अनमोल है जो कोई बोले जान, हिये तराजू तौल के तब मुख बहरान, ऐसी बानी बोलिए मन का आपा खोए और उनको शीतल करे और खुद भी शीतल होए. Very important. I mean, imagine we have a case study of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, a man who only knew how to communicate from a small-time journalist to 3 times Prime Minister of India. I can't give you a better example than Atal Bihari Vajpayee. I mean, this is what is required when I talk about communication. C also stands for culture. Very important. You can only grow, the country can only grow if you can carry your culture to the next stage, to the next generation. And if I am worried about the culture of this country, you have to be equally worried about the culture. And we have to believe in the culture of this nation, and we must carry forward. Commitment. C stands for commitment. Raghupati Preeta Sada Chali Aayi, Pran Jaye, Par Vachan Na Jaye. Once you said it, you must obey it. It's whether it's your classwork homework, whether it's your commitment to your teacher, to your institution, to your lover, to your principals, to your bosses, very important, because that will show that how sincere, dedicated, and how important you are to the organization. Start all these things right from the day one. Try to commit to your own self first, that I have to commit myself, that I must give my full time to this 2-year course in Asian Business School, so that I should turn out to be a one wonderful, educated personal. That's what I believe, actually. The next is A again, and A stands for being ambitious. You have to be ambitious. It's a high time. You have to dream big. Bigger the dreams, trust me, bigger the destination. It's been proved, scientifically it is proved. You have to think big. To be a big man, first you have to think big. Nobody knew it that I'll be a founder of Noida Film City. Hundreds of people discarded me, threw me out of their offices. They never heard me. I never got disheartened. I still saw that dream of having a film city in North India, and rest is history. You have to dream big, show to the world that you have ideas with you. Why not? And that's very important for you to achieve higher goals in life. But the bigger the dreams, remember, the lower, the softer the attitude. You have to be polite, humble, being human, soft, supporter, helpful, very important for all of you. This is and all these adjectives I'm not only saying for the sake of putting my words on this webinar. I'm saying because I want each and every student of Asian Education Group to be a humble and a wonderful human being. My statement says, my mission statement says that we want to create wonderful human beings before we make them a better professionals. Remember that. The T stands for being tough. You have to be mentally prepared from day one that I should be in a position to handle unforeseen circumstances. If you're mentally prepared, nobody can throw you out of the parallel lines of a train, which is bound to take you to a better destination. Mentally prepared that I will be able to face any unforeseen circumstances, any hindrances. कोई नदी, नाला, पहाड़, कंकर, पत्थर, रोड़ा मेरे रास्ते में आएगा, मैं उसको पार करके निकलूंगा. That kind of a mental status you have to develop from the day one. T also stands for transfer of knowledge. ABS, Asian Education Group, AFT Group, University, everywhere we believe the transfer of knowledge. It's very important. We're trying to bring best of the brains possible from all over India and abroad. You'll be surprised with the kind of a people who've been coming. To start with, we have two giants sitting here. Even I'm anxiously waiting to listen to these two very important people from the industry. Yes, this is the beginning, and you'll be surprised that throughout these 2 years, you have ample people who are coming to express, explain, share their wonderful experiences, and they have spent crores and crores of rupees on their education, on their experiences, and they're going to give you the best out of their life. And it's a time for you to take it for granted, adjust with all those experiences, what they're talking to you, my dear friends. Remember that. And that's called transfer of knowledge. Well, the next I stands for information. It's 2 years. Your job is to gather best of the information possible, because all these people, we were trying to work it out through different courses, through different people. Ample information we will be delivering in this campus. You'll be surprised. But all that information has to be very intelligently, to be used. For an innovative purpose. Remember that. So excess of information must be deleted to an intelligent information. And from that, you have to use it in a very innovative way. This is what is required in today's world. Remember that. And education, O stands for the overall personality. Asian Education Group believes that not only it is the hardcore education in the classroom is required, but we want our students to be well developed, a good personality, and they should be 360-degree developed person once he's out of this institution after 2 years. And for that, we've been non-stop working on workshops, seminars, symposium, interaction programs, talks, festivals, shows, and whatnot. Trust me, we leave no stone unturned to see to it that 2 years in ABS should be the most entertaining time, the best time of your lifetime. And then N stands for, my dear friends, being nationalist. Very important for you to be nationalist. You have to love your country. You have to love the people of this country. You have to be worried about the people of this country. You cannot be ruthless. I mean, see, I don't want to give a bad example of Taliban today. They're Afghanis, but the way they're treating their own people is sad. They have the whole world is condemning this activity. I mean, come on the other way of the side. If you start loving your people, if you start worrying for your people, if you start supporting people of this country, you will be called nationalist. And I promise you, God will look after you automatically. You need not to hunt much then for your progress. The progress will come automatically to you because you will prove without even saying that you are a wonderful nationalist. Before I close, I would love to give you 3 very important things of my observation. कि काम शुरू करते नहीं भय से नीचे लोग, मध्यम तजते बीच में देख विषम संयोग, पर उत्तम वे लोग जो हर दुर्गम पथ झेल, दृढ़ता से बढ़ते कदम बाधाओं को ठेल. See, I belong to film, television, and media fraternity, and this is one industry where we have never ever bothered to divide the society on the basis of caste, creed, religion, region, color, status, anything. Never. We have only one dharma, one religion, and that is called entertainment. But I have gone still out of way to divide the society on the basis of these 3 major principles. कि काम शुरू करते नहीं भय से नीचे लोग. People who have 100 excuses for one job, I have put them into C class. They are the downtrodden people of this society. Never be friends to them. Save yourself from the black snakes of the society. They don't grow, they don't progress, and they will never let you grow in life. Remember that. Madhyam tajte beech mein dekh visham sanyog. People with little push and pull may start a business, may start a work, but minute they see bit of the hindrance, they try to run away from the battlefield. And I have categorized them as a B class people of the society. पर उत्तम वे लोग जो हर दुर्गम पथ झेल. Who are the people who belong to A class? People who are ready to face all sort of hindrances, all sort of unforeseen circumstances, and they have and why they are achievers. They are the people who become achievers because they have enthusiasm, excitement, they have goals in life, they are hardworking, they are honest to their profession, they want to do something in life, they want to support to the world with their actions. And they are the people who ultimately become achievers. And the most common thing, what you will find in all these achievers, a very strong determination. So develop that determination, my dear friends, and prove to be achievers. Let Asian Business School be proud of each and every student who has been enrolled today in this institution. Let me feel more important today with your enrollment. Let me extend my heartiest congratulations to each and everyone present here for trusting this institution, for trusting us, for trusting me. And I promise you that the best of the education will be delivered to you in the next 2 years. I stand responsible for each and everything. Thank you very much, and Jai Hind.
Thank you so much, sir, for so beautifully unfolding the meaning of education and in such a comprehensive way that each letter here now stands for a value system. And I hope our students were able to take that message and would definitely carry this along their life. Now, let me introduce you all our guest of honor for this occasion, Ms. Ritu Gupta, Country Director, Marketing, Dell Technologies. Her professional journey of over 25 years highlights roles of marketing specialist, a leader, and a mentor to many. She has led large, remote, and diverse teams, launching new GTMs, transforming businesses, reinvigorating brands, always keeping the customer at the center of it all, and across varied industries like consumer products, BFSI, durables, and IT. A strong believer in gender equality and diversity, and holds a keen interest in mentoring women. Always and super interested in insights in data driven marketing, consumer psychology, and behavioral economics, especially in ever evolving digital commerce environment. She is leading a super talented and diverse team, a Deliver brand, considering customer engagement and marketing driven business growth across consumer, small business, commercial, and enterprise segments for Dell Technologies in India. I request you, ma'am, to please address the gathering now.
Thank you so much. Good morning, all. Good morning, sirs. Good morning, members of the faculty, Mr. Sabharwal, Dr. Marwa, the dean, and all the young students. First of all, my congratulations and hearty congratulations to all the young minds present here. I'm sure they're full of excitement, full of anticipation and promise for the coming new journey of their lives. It's an absolute honor and privilege to be amongst this audience and really the future of our country, the youthful leaders of the future, who will go on to create a very magnificent new era in the coming century. I still very vividly, remember my first day at the institute, college, so many years back. And I'm sure while there's been enormous number of years which have passed through, it's just that sense of excitement at the onset of the new journey, I'm sure that is still the same. The palpitation, the excitement, I'm sure is still the same. And that emotion does not change over the course of the years and for anybody. So today, when I was approached to address this young audience and these young minds, I was really thinking a lot, and a lot of the sirs before who've spoken and who have addressed. There's been a very interesting focus on not only just yes, there is a very strong aspect of doing your curriculum and stepping out into the corporate world. But Dr. Marwa just also talked about this entire space of, giving a completely new dimension to the entire definition of education, going above and beyond just the curriculum and going above and beyond what you will achieve. And it's as you step into the corporate world, taking it beyond that. For me, really, if I speak so, I consider education to be the culminating undertaking of any life. And that's because the victory of education, for me, it means that the victory of people. Let's not forget, friends, that education is a very uniquely human privilege. It's the source of inspiration that enables us to really become fully and truly human. And not just a professional, not just a subject matter expert, not just acquire skill that's going to help us earn a livelihood in the future and make a name for ourselves or start a business or really be some corporate bigwig. But it really helps us to become fully and truly human and to fulfill a constructive mission in life, really with composure and most importantly, with confidence. If I have to quote one of the educators, education must foster people, and this is a mentor, this is my mentor. So education must foster people who intuitively understand and know in their minds and in their hearts, with their entire being, the irreplaceable value of human beings and natural world. And that's what education brings to all of us. Yes, at times education may be a matter of titles, it may be a matter of degrees, it may be about the status and the authority that these confer and the gates that they open up for us, for us to move forward and acquire a lot of those conspicuous and material benefits that we all love and we all want to go and create and really do that. And there's nothing wrong in that. And I'm sure a lot of us have worked through a lot of our careers with those goals in mind. And it's great. It's great to keep have that drive to keep that going. However, I'm convinced that, education also is a very strong vehicle to develop one's character and to embrace and augment the lives of others. So it really doesn't stop at what we get out of it. It also is about what we give back. And hence the task of education really must fundamentally be to ensure that this knowledge also serves to further the cause of human happiness and peace. And that is something which is which is all the more important and never has been so important in our world than it is now. I believe each of you, each and every person, each and every one of you who's sitting here today has a singular mission, has a unique individuality and a way of living. And the next couple of years will probably be a lot about discovering that uniqueness, really nurturing it. And it's important to recognize that growth and respect it. And respect not just your individuality and yourself, but also of those around you. Because that is just how the natural order of things is. That's how the world works. Even if you look at flowers, there are all so many different types of flowers, but those flowers really bloom harmoniously in a beautiful profusion. And that is what it will bring for all of you over the course of the next 2 years as you all come in together. And while you're discovering your own uniquenesses, your own personalities, and really coming to face to face with some of your strengths and some of your development opportunities and some of your possibly blind spots, you will also start seeing that in those around you. And really it's going to be about that collaborative work and that support that you will give to each other to grow and bloom together. Because this is right now is just going to be a microcosm of the global larger world and the real world that you step out into. And not just the corporate world, really the real world that you step out into as you finish your education. And unfortunately, the global society today is facing a lot of interlocking crises, be it war, environmental degradation, the North-South development gap, divisions among people based on ethnicity, religion, language. The list is very long and we're all familiar with it. And the road to solutions for them may seem may seem long, may seem distant, may seem daunting. But as global citizens of the future, for many of you, the next few years will prepare you to provide you the momentum to win over each other's weaknesses, your own weaknesses, and really be able to thrive in the midst of this society, which sometimes has very stringent realities, and to generate new victories for the human future. Because you are, as I said at the beginning, you really are the future. You really are going to be getting into taking us into that next century. And that's what will lay the foundation for future generations to come further. So all I would do, and all I would say in the end, and I will end by quoting an educator par excellence, Tsunesabu Umakiguchi, and he used to say that educational efforts built on a clear understanding and with a defined sense of purpose have the power to overcome the contradictions and doubts that plague humankind and to bring about an eternal victory for humanity.
So moving further, I would now like to request Mr. Gurdeep Singh Raina, Director, Asian Education Group, to please give the address.
A very good morning to everyone. Today, on the auspicious day, occasion of Asian Business School orientation, I welcome you all to Asian Business School, not just the new batch of PGDM 2021 students, but also all the parents who are watching this virtually. I'm sure that each one of you must be really happy and excited to start the new journey of your life. I really hope the next 2 years turn out to be most beautiful and enriching chapter of your life, and that you achieve unprecedented growth and success after completion of your journey at Asian Business School. We all recently celebrated our 75th Independence Day. Those of you who heard our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji's address to the nation that day must have realized that how much emphasis he gave on the youth of this country. That is, to all youngsters, to script a glorious future for our nation, our next 25 years, which would be the countdown to our country's 100 years of independence. He categorized you all as the can-do generation, as he feels that you all students, with your hard work and determination and unconventional thinking, can write the success story of entire nation. Just like our PM, we at Asian Business School also believe that each one of you has the opportunity to make the best use of these 2 years education. Learn and evolve yourself and create a success story of your own. Remember that from here on, the sky is limit for you. The important thing to keep in mind that here is that your roadmap towards success would require to take constant initiative from your end first. Each and every faculty member or professor would give you the best, train and educate you, but would all depend finally as how too much effort you take yourself first and towards the same. It is like if the engine of your car break down in the middle of the road, people might not want to help you until they see you getting first out and pushing your car towards the roadside. This is a basic human nature. If you take initiative yourself first, the other will definitely like that and shower their help and support towards you. So student, with these all words, I once again welcome you to Asian Business School and hope you have a great journey ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable thoughts with our students. Let me now introduce you all our chief guest for this occasion, Mr. Vipul Sabharwal, Managing Director, Luminous Power Technologies Private Limited. Mr. Vipul Sabharwal is Managing Director for Luminous Power Technologies. In his current role, he is responsible for providing leadership across businesses. Over the last 25 years of his professional career, Mr. Sabharwal has played prominent business leadership roles in the retail business, thereby acquiring expertise and a vast industry knowledge in this field. Mr. Sabharwal started his career with the TTK as a management trainee and subsequently joined Johnson & Johnson. He then moved to Gillette India, where he worked for 17 years in sales and marketing function and eventually became the general sales director in 2006. Thereafter, he moved to Nokia for next 5 years and was escalated to the designation of sales director in 2011. Prior to joining Luminous in September 2014, he also served as the vice president, sales and marketing in Whirlpool Corporation. He is marketing manager and an economics graduate from Delhi University and masters from Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies, Mumbai. I would request you, sir, to please address the gathering.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your kind words. First of all, it's really a pleasure and honor to be here, both for me as well as for the Luminous company, to be invited to this prestigious institution, Asian Business School. It's really an honor. It's been quite some time ago. I left the school to work and probably made some mistakes. Have a few learnings with me, but I will try my level best to share with you, because I think what has been spoken before me is such a vast and was such a precious words of knowledge that I'm making an attempt, my level best attempt to share with you what I think may be relevant to you. First and foremost, a very, very warm, thank you to Dr. Sandeep Marwa, to Dr. Laila, and to Mr. Saurabh, and to Mr. Gurdeep for their, great words of wisdom. I think you guys are blessed today to be in this institution today and to be here today to absorb all that knowledge, all that good wishes, all the thinking to be present here. I think they have made a choice to stand up here and speak, but it's for your benefit to absorb as much as you can from here. I would also like to thank the parents who have also made a choice to be here today, to come and support each one of you, to my lovely students, to be able to invest in time, money, effort to go and get yourself educated in this prestigious institution. And to the youth and to the what I call the set of the community which will lead the country for the next 50 years, 100 years from here onwards. I think a very, very warm welcome to you today. I think it marks a very important journey. I think the COVID, the health, I think everybody, all the situations has taught us some lessons. Yes, it has been a very emotional time period, a very, very emotional time period for each one of you. And I must say that be healthy, be safe in what you do, and step out with full safety and full precaution. We also heard some great words of wisdom from Ritu. Unfortunately, we lost her in the last few minutes of her speech. I'm sure she's going to be back. I think you're here for one of the probably the most greatest opportunity to be in a management school because you are cherry picked through an admission process. You're probably one of the best in academic schools from where you come from. You're probably having your parental support to be here, and you have an ambition. You have an ambition in you to be here today. I'm going to leave you with 4 or 5 thoughts. They're not necessarily pearls of wisdom in any manner. So I just leave them with you, and I'm sure if they're worthy of you, take them and use them. I think the world of tomorrow, and I think there's been a change in the way management was taught and is being taught, but I think it's important to take a dimension that there is knowledge on one end of the spectrum. And you need to also develop critical thinking along with that knowledge, which is absolutely critical. Which does not mean that you need to be negative, but I think you need to question, you need to challenge, and I think you need to blend the knowledge with critical thinking ability, because when you will be thrown into the corporate world, your knowledge is half the game. And the other part will be that how do you dissect the situation quickly and do critical thinking around it and come up with some of the most greatest solutions you will deliver in your jobs, in your interactions, in the work you will do. So blend your knowledge with critical thinking abilities. So question, but don't be negative. The problem with critical thinking is that it becomes negative. So be cautious. I'm not trying to put like a guardrail on it, but just be cognizant of it. The second thing, which is also being taught in management institute, but may not, but I think it's important to ask, that there are ideas. You will get it. You will go into a marketing course, you'll go into research course, you'll go into operations course, and there'll be ideas. You'll hear ideas and you'll be taught ideas. You'll be taught. But I think it's important equally to see how execution is done. How to move the full, and I'm taking a praise from PISA. How do you move the full domino? How do you do this? How will this be happening? And that is what makes the difference in the last 1 mile of connectivity. Skill is important, idea is important, but how will you execute them? How will the execution happen? The last 5 seconds or the last 10 minutes of how the execution happens makes a very, very big difference in the corporate world. And you will see that even in sports. You saw Neeraj throw the javelin. Phenomenal technique, but so much effort he spent on the execution. I think it's important to master that as well. Third, all you guys are very blessed to be born in the world of internet. There is, new name is, there is LinkedIn, there is Instagram, there is Facebook. I mean, I'm probably of a different generation, and I'm happy to admit that. I'm not probably as versed with some of them today. But I think there's a difference between networking and the difference between building relationships. Focus on both. Build network, but also build relations. These will come in very handy to you as you will work into the company world, because you'll have to sell your ideas. You'll have to sell your thoughts. And if they're strangers, it's very different. But if there's a relationship, is very different, space out there, and build time on that, build time on relationships out there. The fourth, the point I'm going to say is that all of you want to specialize. Somebody will say, I want to specialize in marketing. Somebody will say, I want to specialize in finance. Somebody will say, I want to specialize in operations. I can do that. That's a good idea. Specialize in them. But my other urge to you is also take some few courses in other areas as well. I'm sure a prestigious institution like that allows you the flexibility. You do not know where the wow moment is. You don't know what will come in handy to you when, in which part of your career, in which part of your life, and be that. So have a broad base, you have golden opportunity for here to study as much, have your specialization, and have your thoughts around what other courses I can take. Can I learn something different? Can I do something more? It's a great time and opportunity to. And lastly, this is something which is very favorite to me. You already are thinking, and there was a lot of discussion about, pay package and, salary. And there is a very big difference between a job and a career. From the time I left my management school, and now the definitions of career and job have changed a lot. We had a lot of people from companies where you join as management trainee and you probably retire as a very senior person. And but here I also believe that people change in 3 to 4 years, 5 years, and job. But have a good discussion with your professors, with your teachers. What is the definition and difference between a job and a career? A career does not necessarily mean sticking to the same company. I will qualify that. It means a path which you defined for yourself, and be on the path. You will achieve any amount of success, any amount of glory to you. I think, today is a very, very auspicious day for you guys. Very fortunate for me to be here. Even today, I think for whatever is spoken since morning, I've learned a lot, and I have great things to learn even today in this forum today. Some of the phrases said by Dr. Sandeep Barwa, some of the other experiences shared are really insightful. So you guys are fortunate. Absorb as much as you can, enjoy, have fun, but because of the COVID, I would say be safe and be cautious. Thank you very much, and wish you all the very best of luck and success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your such valuable thoughts with us. I'm sure our students would now also know that execution is the key, and building strong professional relationships shall take them a very, very long way. On behalf of the entire ABS fraternity, I extend my gratitude to our guests and would like to thank them for their presence and the valuable time that they have given to us. We would like to present a memento to acknowledge their presence. Mr. Vipul Sabharwal, can we please have the memento?
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I'm really honored for this. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We look forward to a continued association with you in future as well.
Most certainly.
Thank you, sir. I would like to request Mr. Ravi Sharma, Dean, Corporate Resource Cell, Asian Business School, to please give the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, students. So before I propose the vote of thanks, let me ask you to do a quick activity that you have received a week orientation program, which is of course in a soft copy. Just look at the cover page, which says the journey of 1,000 miles, and you have already taken the first step towards the same. So heartiest congratulations to you. And as we are committed to give a right approach and a right thought process, and of course the skills to each student. And I'm happy to share that we have given you the very first learning today, that you have to keep moving. In your life's journey, your first journey has begun today, wherein you have taken admission in your final course, which will decide your life. Your first journey will start with your very first job, and you will be now taking many small journeys. What needs to be done is never stop. Because if you stop, you might not get the desired result, but you will definitely get loose. And we want each of our alumni to win and scale up high in their career and their life. My heartiest thanks to our chief guest today, Mr. Vipul Sabharwal and Ms. Ritu, for sparing their valuable time. I understand that being on a Monday, how difficult it is to spare the time. They have been very kind to accept the invite. And the moment I requested them to guide the students, so they were all there. Thank you so very much for the same. Our heartiest thanks to Sandeep sir, who is always being a guiding force for us, and he gives us lots of energy. I would like to give a special thanks to all my directors, Dr. Lalitvesh Srivastava sir, Saurabh sir, and Gurdeep Singh Rana sir, for continuously guiding us, hand holding us, and motivating us to do better for students each day. The vote of thanks will be incomplete before I propose it to all my heads, to all my faculty members, parents joining us virtually, and the entire team of Asian Education Group, I would say, who could make this virtual event possible. We are looking forward to host you in the campus so that we can have a lot more interactions. And thank you so much for your time. And I hand over the session to Ms. Garima so that you can get a briefing for the next event and the rest of the days. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Vipul sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Garima.
So much, sir. Thank you. The students as Asian Business School has always believed in fostering and nurturing its students to become leaders, capable of making difference in the management of corporate and other sectors. We ensure to inculcate human values and professional ethics in the students, which help them become independent in their decision-making and create a path that is good not only for them, but also good for the society, for the nation, and for the world as whole. As learning and development is our key priority, this orientation program is a door opener for this grand journey at ABS. This orientation program is beautifully curated to give you an insight of what ABS stands for, to sensitize you with the structure and faculty members, and to ensure utmost learning with powerful webinars by various industry experts. The orientation program is spread across 5 days to give you the best of exposure. Looking forward to meet you all sharp at 1:45 p.m. today again for a power-packed session by Ms. Priya Kumar, who shall be guiding you all on how to build a brand of your own. I once again welcome you all to the most beautiful years of your life. Keep the spark shining throughout. I hope that we meet during the farewell party again with the same spark. I would see the same shine in your eyes. All the best to all of you. Thank you.